Hello. Right, let's begin very, very quickly. What's your name, man? James, will you take this off me, James, and mix it up for me? That is a Rubik's Cube, James. As a friend of mine once said, a Rubik's Cube is an awful lot like your cock. The longer you play with it, the harder it gets. So, you have a bit of fun with that for a couple of minutes, James. I'll come back to you shortly, alright? That's right, folks. I started on a pseudo-intellectual dick joke. Okay, so... I'm going to tell you something here, and I want you to guess what my research area is, okay? Hi. My name is Matthew, and I'm a xyrophobic. Sorry, that means I'm afraid of razors. I must apologise to anyone in the room who suffers from pogonophobia, which is fear of beards. And after saying xyrophobia and pogonophobia, I must also apologise to anyone suffering from hellenologophobia, which is a fear of scientific terminology. After that, it would be wrong not to apologise to anyone suffering from a fear of long words, which of course is hippopotamonstrosis squipedaliophobia. Now there is actually a phobia called phobophobia, which is the fear of phobias. But to anyone suffering from that, all I can say is you have nothing to fear but fear itself. It is a long way to go for a groaner like that one, folks. But those are the couple of phobias that I can sort of weave a sort of a narrative through. The ones that I could fit into that hilarious piece of well-crafted wordplay. You know, I mean, there's loads of them out there. There's arachiobutyrophobia, which is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth and suffocating you. And my own personal favourite, folks, anatodeophobia, which is the fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you. I didn't even have to do that. The Bright Club logo is a duck, but it's... have you got that mixed up, James? Don't mind yourself, that'll give me something to do on the way home. Nah! Okay. But can anyone guess what my research area is? No, it's only 8 minutes. It's not phobias, folks. No, that was a misdirection. It's computer science, actually. It's more computer science. There's loads of it out there. It's computer vision, actually. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep talking while I do this. Sorry, because it's a short set, but it would be a very long set just sitting in silence while I film this. But let me see. It's computer vision is what I do. It's image analysis in CCTV. You know, it's kind of like eyes for Skynet, really. You know, she says we're not trying to take over the world. We bloody are. It's scary stuff. It's specifically gender recognition in CCTV. It's kind of person profiling. You know, it's something I'm not that comfortable with, really. It's I've had a few issues with it, really. It's because with computer vision you can basically it's gender recognition, like I say, which is it's ironic, a comedian doing stuff about the differences between men and women. I know, but it is. It's that kind of thing. Basically, it's computers that recognize what they're looking at. You know, it's and when you're trying to do computer vision or gender recognition in that, you know, basically I've built a high-tech breast detector. You know, that's basically what I've done. Okay, no, it's not really. Like, what that is actually is it's full body recognition and then facial recognition as well. You know the way your camera can detect your face and it knows what you're looking at. You can also analyze the gender of that and everything else. But trying to do too many things at once. Multitasking. It's a computer problem. But yes, what's happening there is there's full body gender recognition and then there's facial gender recognition, and that's a system that's trying to combine both. And what has happened there is the facial detector has misfired on her shirt, and it's happened to fire in an appropriate place. But I thought it was a very funny slide, it is. It's gender recognition. Now you can do still images or you can do sort of video and stuff like that. And then the basic principles of computer vision in general is you take your image and you break it up into a numeric representation that pulls something out of that image, like the body shape or whatever, the broad shoulders in males, hips in females, you know, all of that kind of thing. Computers can analyze all sorts of stuff. They can analyze Rubik's cubes and you know, do all sorts of things. But what you do is you get a bunch of male examples and a bunch of female examples, and you turn them into those representations. You fire them into a system. It learns some things about it. Then you come along with new examples, and say, what do you think these are? You know, and that's the basic principle of the whole thing. But I did a lot of work with still images, and then I moved into video. You know, I started went, well, no, we work with vision as well. So I wanted to work with video, and I recorded a database. I recorded a database of people walking on a treadmill to try and get their natural gait, you know. And yeah, I managed to convince the university to let me study the differences between men and women by letting them get me to buy a treadmill. It was fantastic, you know. They wouldn't let me buy a trampoline, but you know. But yeah, it's let me see now. They sorry, I really shouldn't have started this. The worst part is I can't even do it. I'm just stalling for time to swap it out for this one. But right, yeah. So I moved into video, and I did record the video data set with a treadmill and everything else, and it was gender recognition. It's gender recognition. So when you're doing gender recognition, you really want a gender balanced data set. You know, you want a balance between male and female. So I got about 100 students. I wanted 50-50. Now, in the computer science department of a university, that is a little bit difficult. Yeah, it was mentioned before, but I had an ideological difference with my supervisor. You know, he was kind of like, oh no, the data set's not that important. We'll just use my class every year and it'll build over time and everything else. I says, that's grand, Paul, but your class is like 13 people. That's 11 males and two females, and that's just not good enough, you know. And he's like, yeah, but you know, you can do the Class A versus Class B system like I described before, or you can do Class A versus not Class A. And he says, like, my class is basically young males, and let's face it, young males are what we're out to get, you know, the males in hoodies and all that. And I don't like that. I'm not comfortable with that sort of that profiling aspect of the thing. You know, I'm just. So I fought back against it, and I did manage to do my 50-50 thing. But it is, you know, the goal of artificial intelligence and sort of computer vision in general is to build a system that works like the human mind, you know. So if we can build a system that's prejudiced and racist, you know, success. But yeah, so I did record my treadmill data set, and there's a young woman there walking on a treadmill, and you can see the basic hip swagger and the general motion, you know, it's there, you know. But and then what have we got here? We've got a male example as well, you know. And look at that! Look at how male that walk is, you know. Now the sound might not work here, folks, but no, it didn't work at all. It's Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. No. I was fearful that wasn't going to work, folks, which is why I brought the Rubik's Cube up with me as well, because I realised I needed a climactic ending. You know, if you get, you know, if your sound isn't going to work, it's a disaster. So you have to do something. So I will finish the Rubik's Cube before I go, because if you get up on stage with the Rubik's Cube and you don't finish it, it's very, very anticlimactic. You know, it's also very distracting. You know, it's been distracting you from listening to me a little bit. It distracted me as well. You know, I was a little bit lost, but oh, son of a bitch, I fucked it up. I did. I fucked it up. No, that's terrible. Okay, folks. It's only 8 minutes. In science, it's very important to give references, okay? So if you want to see me do this, some of the jokes from this set as well came from a little show called Puzzled, which is at 1:15 every day in Phoenix. And if you want to come, I will finish it there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry for this anticlimactic ending, but thank you very much. I've been Matthew Collins.